Why does a number matter so much to who you really are? Why is the social security number so important to who I am? You'll never really imagine the importance of the social security number until you hear this. The social security number is important to you in numerous ways. It's a proof of who you really are and your identity. It's used to track your financial and immigration information. Everyone in the United States has a social security number to who we are. It's always been really interesting to me how they come up with your specific number. It's based on where you were born. The social security number is 9 characters long, starting 3, then 2, ending with 4. The first 3 are based off what state you were born. During the duration of my speech, I will discuss with you why you should never tell anyone your social security number, how it originally originated, and why it is really important to who you really are. First, my mom always told me to never talk about money, politics, and religion. Well, they should throw in to never discuss your social security number either. You should never get a hold of that because people can get anything they want if you give out your social security number. For example, I call up the bank and say I'm John Doe and I would like to take out a loan of $10,000. Well, I'll have your date of birth already and your name and where you were born. It's not something you want to discuss with others. You should try to memorize your number so you don't carry around your card. Never photocopy it and keep it in your wallet. It should be stored away somewhere safe. Credit card applications usually request social security numbers. Your number is usually primarily to verify your identity in situations where you have the same or similar name to others. Most credit card issuers will insist on having your social security number, but in rare cases you may be able to find a credit card issuer who will provide you credit without knowing your social security number, especially if you are persistent and can provide other forms of identification. There have been 2.6 million identity thefts stolen from Social Security to this day, from the time the Social Security number was invented. That's an astonishing amount. Why did the Social Security number officially become a thing? Some may guess 20 years ago, 50 years ago. The sole purpose of the Social Security number was to track workers' earnings starting in the year 1936. Yes, over 80 years ago. Since 1936, according to SSA, Social Security Administration had given out nearly 450 million Social Security numbers to every legal resident in the United States. The primary use of Social Security number was to track wages of U.S. workers, and that is still the primary purpose. 3 different types of Social Security cards are issued. The most common type contains the cardholder's name and number, such cards as are issued to U.S. citizens and U.S. permanent residents. There are also 2 restricted types of Social Security cards. One reads not valid for employment. Such cards cannot be used for proof of work authorization and are not acceptable as a List C document on the I-9 form. The other reads valid for work only with DHS authorization. These cards are issued to people who have temporary work authorization in the United States. They can satisfy the I-9 requirement if they are accompanied by a work authorization card. The 2 topics I have stated above are hugely important, but it is important to who you really are. It's your identity as a person. Encased inside those 9 little numbers is your information about your entire life. Scary enough, if someone got those numbers, you would have your identity stolen and would be a very bad situation. Would you ever want someone to know your date of birth, where you were born? But more importantly, they can take out loans on cars and wire money from your bank account. Criminals have ways of doing things, and if they ever got a hold of your social security number, they'd be set. When the first batch of social security number records came in from the Postal Service, the agency's head of accounting operations pulled the top card off the pile and declared it to be the first social security number on record. It happened to be the number 055090001, belonging to Mr. Sweeney. By the way, some of you may be wondering how I could be giving out real names and real social security numbers in this paragraph. First, the people mentioned have long since passed away. Second, SSA has flagged those social security numbers, so if anyone ever tried using them, they would be instantly investigated. I'm sure a lot of you never realized the importance of the social security number. You learned why you should never tell anyone your social security number because you can have your identity stolen. You were informed on how it came about and why it was originally made to track workers' wages. And it made you realize how important it really is to you and what can happen if someone did get a hold of your social security number. As I hope you all learned a little bit about history and the importance of the social security number, what I want you to take away from this is the only number that you should be given out or received is your phone numbers. That's a lot safer than giving out your social security numbers.